Alright boys, we are back with another video. Today I want to talk about responsibility. And so there's different steps to this video. There's self-responsibility, there's self-accountability, there's responsibility for your own actions, and then there's responsibility that you get from doing things. So first of all, responsibility for yourself. You need to understand that you are in your current position today because you have done all the actions leading up to this. You have reacted in a certain way to every single situation you've been in, and that has led to you being in your current position. So yes, you could have been in some terrible things, but the way you reacted to those situations are the reason you're in this current situation. So I feel like that's fair enough to say, because you can control how you think about things. You can control your mindset and your decision making and your way of thinking, even coming out of horrible situations. You can decide how you think. If you've got control over your mind, you've got control over your entire world. So accountability and responsibility for what you've done in the past, realizing that you've made mistakes, but being open to learning is the biggest thing you guys could do. Being ready to listen to someone who has got the experience that you want, who has gone there and done it and done the things that you want to do, who's in the current position that you want to be in. And now this could change over time. You could be listening to one person this year, and then if in a few years' time, you could be listening to a completely different person who's in a completely different situation. So once you find that first person, it's all about just making sure that their position is still what you want to be in. Now, taking advice from someone, you've got to be responsible for taking action in that. You've got to be responsible for listening to what they say and then actually implementing what you've learned into your day-to-day life and making sure that you make the most of what you've learned. And this will also show respect to the person you're learning from, because if you can become the best version of yourself, that person that you've learnt off, that person that's mentored you, is going to be so much more grateful because they've seen that you have put in the effort. They see that you are working hard towards achieving what they're teaching you. So that's kind of responsibility for your actions and realizing that yes, you can make mistakes, but you, as a man especially, you need to aim to do the best you can in every situation, and you are the one who gets to decide how you think in every situation, and that is a general thing for everyone. You need to understand that you can choose the mindset shift that comes with every situation, with the outcome of every different situation. Something bad could happen, but you could look at it as something bad that makes you stronger, or you could look at it as something bad that makes you weaker. It all depends on your mindset, on your frame of mind, and how you look at each situation. Now, as people get more successful, you end up having more and more responsibility for not only yourself, but the people around you. So instead of, at this current state, at this current position I'm in, I don't have very many responsibilities. Work, I'd say, is one, but I give myself my own responsibilities. But I imagine as I become more successful, as more things start to fall into place for me, I'll become more responsible for other people in my life. I'll become more responsible for other things that I need to take care of, be it businesses, be it looking after family, be it sorting other things out. I will have more responsibilities, and that is what comes with being more successful. You lose some problems, you get rid of some issues, which may be worrying about affording certain things and all of that, and worrying about paying for this and worrying about your mum, but then you gain other responsibilities and other problems through those responsibilities. So you need to make sure that you're constantly aware that with some things that go, new things come in, and with problems that leave, you'll get new problems that come in, but there'll be new problems that will be more suited to your current position. So if you stay in that position, you're going to have the same problems. But a way to see that if you're making progress is if your problems keep changing, is if your problems keep getting more difficult, but you still more difficult in comparison to the one before, but it's still the same amount of difficulty for you to handle, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is, if your past self would find the problem that your current self has, if they would look at that problem and think it's impossible to complete, but your current self finds the current problem the same difficulty as your past self would find the past problem, then you know that you're improving along with your life changing and your problems changing for more difficult ones. So I hope you understand that. So as you get more successful, as you get better, as you get to a higher level, you're going to have more responsibilities. So you need to be prepared for that. But you're going to lose the difficulties and the problems that come with not being successful. And back to the responsibility of your own actions, you need to make sure that problems can be problems. Mistakes can be mistakes, but you need to make sure that you're learning from as much as you can. If you can learn from everything you do on a daily basis and continue learning from them and continue implementing what you learn, then you're not going to stop making progress. You're going to continually make progress, and it's going to be brilliant because you'll just keep on progressing. So looking at what you maybe do on a daily basis, let's say you do 80% of things right, and then you've got 20% of things wrong. I don't know specific numbers, but those 20% of things wrong, I would look at them as they're not right, but it's not a loss. It's not a failure. It's a learning opportunity for you to go and look at it and say, okay, this didn't go right for me. I'm responsible because I made the wrong decision here. But now I'm looking at how I can make the right decision next time, or what can I learn from this situation to avoid this situation next time, or choose the better outcome for it next time. What can I do to do this the best way? And that's what you've got to understand, because as you deal with more and more problems, as you get better, you have to make sure that you're learning from every opportunity to maximize your growth. So if you can constantly self-analyze your performance and realize that you're responsible for every action or inaction that you've done, then you can start to look at it as, okay, I didn't do anything here, that's why X didn't happen. I did something in this situation, but that's why this happened. If I did this instead, then it would have gone this way. If I did this instead, it would have gone that way. Based on what I want, it would have been better if I did this. So if you self-analyze everything at the end of your day, you can look back and think, okay, today I've done this, 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 and this. These three things went really well, and looking at other aspects of how I could learn from them, I can do this, but otherwise it's succeeding. So you don't need to fix what's not broken. And then this right here, okay, this I failed at, but why did I fail at it? Okay, so what happened? I didn't do this right. Okay, why didn't I do it right? Because I didn't know the right facts. Okay, let's do some research into those facts. What else stopped me from getting that right? Okay, I wasn't speaking correctly. I didn't draw enough attention to myself. I didn't compose my words correctly. It's all about self-analyzing yourself. So it's all about self-analyzing and being able to point out your own faults and mistakes so that you can then go on to learn from them and realize what the problem is. So please just continue working. And if you do something wrong, don't see it as the end of the world. Don't see it as everything's going to go wrong. See it as something great for you. See it as something for you to progress with. See it as something that you can do amazing work with in the future, because you're going to learn from that situation how to get the best outcome when a similar situation comes around next time. It's very unlikely that once you've been in one situation, that situation will never happen again. So you've got to be ready And you've got to have learnt from the first time round. If you got it wrong, you've got to have learnt from it and then be prepared for when it next comes round. We've got Telegram in the description below and my Instagram. So if you want to send me any messages, send them on Instagram and get on the Telegram, because I'm sending daily messages there, voice notes, just what I think about day to day. See you in the next video.